Hello and welcome to Flower and Creativity bonus content. This show is for my patrons. Once a month, I get my special guest from Flower and Creativity to stay over extra and answer some extra questions, mostly about their career and stuff, a little bit more revealing and in depth than on the regular podcast because we really appreciate you guys. It's your time and treasure that is funding this studio and making it grow. So this is for you. Thank you so much and welcome back, Jennifer Valiquette. How you doing?
Thank you. Good. Thank you so much for the interview.
Okay, let's talk about our passion. Do you choose your passion, or does your passion choose you?
That's great. I feel like kind of both, I guess. Can I answer both? Can I
Yeah,
say
of
both?
course,
Okay.
of course, yeah.
I feel like both.
How?
I mean, there's quite a few things I'm passionate about besides just music. So,
Mm-hmm.
but music's definitely been my entire life. Since I was 5, I played piano, and I never thought I'd be a music teacher. I was actually a police officer for a couple of years. I used to want to be a cop, and that was one of the things I was passionate about. I always been passionate about helping people, and so I was a cop for a few years. If you would imagine the movie Zootopia, have you seen that with Bunny Rabbit
I
cop?
don't think so.
Okay, it's a super cute movie,
Bunny
and
Rabbit Cop.
basically like because I was so tiny, I'm only 5 foot. Like, I mean, I was a sworn officer and everything, but I did like stuff like parking traffic. I worked in the jail. I did all this stuff as a sworn officer. And after it's hard to get taken seriously when you're first of all female and then super tiny. So,
Well,
um,
yeah, you are kind of small.
I
I
know.
mean, to be a cop anyway.
Yeah, but if they knew how tough I was, they did in the police academy. Because
That's cool.
when I was in the police academy, there was a few times where I proved myself, and I was like, one of the times was we were at the gun range and we were in a high stress situation, like it's a scenario, you know. And when we were shooting, the gun actually cocked back, hit my nose, and almost broke it. And when that
Ow.
happened, instead of saying "ow, ow, ow" and bending over, I continued the scenario. So they thought I was pretty badass when I did that. And so I did stuff like that. I would just not stop, you know? And
That's a beautiful analogy for performing music.
yeah, so,
You know, your mind comes in and it derails you for a moment, and then you either stay derailed and get lost, or you just flow with it and keep going.
oh, exactly. There was a time I was performing with a friend of mine, Danny Morgan, and
Hmm.
we were about to play Moon Dance, which is, as you know, is a flute song.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
And my flute decided to break right before we played.
sure.
And it was one of the wires. I knew what it was, but I was like, oh crap. So instead of giving up on it, I said to Danny, play a few guitar riffs or something. You know,
Right
in the
on.
big, I said, do a long intro. And I whispered that to him, and he was like, okay. So he did, and I fixed it. I managed to fix it. Like, I just moved the flute over a little bit just to kind of get it to play. And then we did the song. So I mean, it worked out. And it was like, I could have given up, you know, I could have just picked
Hmm.
up my saxophone and done the saxophone solo in the middle or whatever. But, you know, that is the same kind of thing. Yeah. Cause like I could have just not played it. It wasn't a paying gig or anything, but still I wanted it to sound good. Um, so yeah, it was fun and it worked out. So it's like I just feel like the not give up concept is really good for everything. So
Right on.
yeah.
Okay, how do you promote your art to attain your goals?
Well, YouTube is a big way now, I guess.
Hmm.
um, like I said, I started my YouTube originally for just my students. I figured just my students could listen to it. I had maybe 4 subscribers. And actually, let's see, I have a few subscribers that have been there with me since the beginning. You're one of them, and my friend Ken Boggle, and then Nathira is another friend of mine. They've been both subscribed since the beginning. You know, when it was just me.
Hmm.
And so YouTube is one way. I feel, especially during the pandemic, like it's like how else are you gonna share, because it's like you're home and not doing gigs and stuff. So it's like, to me YouTube is like a big gig right now, because it's like it has to be, I guess. Um, but yeah, I guess YouTube is my main way right now.
Right
But,
on.
and thank you for helping my channel grow, by the way.
We're helping each other. We're
Yeah,
helping each
no,
other. My channel is limited with just my personality. So when I add other personalities to it, it increases the range of appeal. It's
I love
really
it.
cool. Collaboration is so important, and that's the really what I've been doing to promote my channel mainly is collaboration. That's been my biggest blessing is that people have wanted to collaborate with me, and that's why I
Yeah,
try to be easy to work with because don't want people to quit and get sick of it. I want people to stay on if they're enjoying themselves and having fun. Okay, one more question here, Jennifer, for our bonus content. Thank you so much for being here with me. You're a wonderful guest. You've done a great job. And just welcome to the family of flower and
thank
creativity.
you.
So, in such uncertain economic times, how have you enabled yourself to stay creative and working while many others are struggling?
Well, truthfully, I haven't been working that much, and I've been wanting to. um, Thankfully, I'm in a family situation where I was paying rent, but they didn't kick me out, so I felt so grateful, and that's what makes me feel grateful about everything because it's like I could have been on the streets, easily with last year and everything. And it's funny because people keep asking me to go to conventions and stuff now, and I'm like, listen, I am only making enough money to pay bills. I was like literally, and number two, the pandemic, so I wouldn't go to a con anyway. But I'm like literally, I thankfully with my 5 or 6 students, I was able to pay rent, to pay my bills, and that's all I was doing. And it was very depressing because I'm used to, treating myself to things. I'm used to going places. And
Mm-hmm.
it's been very hard because like I had to limit and really budget myself because I very well could have been on the, like not in a good situation. And thankfully, in fact, I did a TikTok, the George Costanza from Seinfeld. I did the TikTok where he says, I'm 30 something years old and I'm living with my parents. And, like, it's kind of that funny thing. My family kind of stuck together during this. So I'm grateful for that because I've been helping my parents out do stuff. And so that's great. But thankfully, like I said, I've been living in the same town as my parents, and so I'm able to help them out too, and that's really great. We've all been staying safe, and it's me, mom and dad sticking together. So but it's not like I'm living with them. I'm in my own house and everything. I pay rent and I pay bills, but that's all I've been doing is paying rent and bills. And
Mm-hmm.
I did actually take a wonderful trip. I visited one of my friends, Ken Boggle, one of the subscribers I mentioned. I
Mm-hmm.
took a wonderful trip to his place for my birthday. I turned 44 this year. And I took a wonderful trip. It was the first time I traveled since the pandemic. We drove up there. He lives in Kentucky. We drove up there and took an awesome trip. And it was great because he showed me around the entire town and we were safe. I told him, I said I just didn't feel comfortable flying. I was gonna originally fly there. But we did the whole town. We saw the whole town and everything. He lived in this place, Frankfort, Kentucky, which is beautiful. It's the capital. And so for my birthday, like we had a pasta dinner, so it was the relaxing that I needed because I realized after being stuck here for so long and not working, I was like, I need to do something. I need to get out. I'm going stir crazy. And so that was a
Right on.
great like break from that, I guess, and that helped me kind of really be in a better mood and be creative and everything. I was like a different person when I came back, honestly, because I was like, I don't want to say I was depressed because I'm not really that kind of person, but like it was hard not to be depressed during the pandemic, honestly, because like you're so by yourself. So it's just so nice going to visit a good friend and being able to chat in person and you know what I mean? Like, and I still haven't really had that since I've been back because like I don't know anybody around here. So I'm trying to work on that though. There's a concert band that's forming eventually, but they're afraid to start right now because of the pandemic. But I feel like once I join the concert band, I'm gonna start meeting people and making more friends here. So that'll be nice. But yeah, like it was really nice to get out and travel for my birthday. I think I really needed it. And in the fall, we're actually going to travel to a part of South Carolina where the foliage is supposed to be beautiful. And
Cool.
again, we're going to be driving. We're not flying, so we're not flying anywhere right now.
Right
But
on.
so we're going to be driving, staying in an Airbnb where they promise like they clean it and everything else, and so it'll be beautiful. I'll be posting pictures for sure. So
Awesome, Jennifer. Well,
hey,
I really appreciate you being here with me. You've been a great guest on Flowering Creativity and
thank you.
bonus content. And so, everybody go over to Jennifer's Patreon. If hopefully you'll have one up and ready to go, so that people can check it out. If they want to start supporting you, they can. But definitely continue. Please continue supporting me on Patreon. I
Of
really
course.
appreciate you. Thank you so much, everybody. It's your time and treasure that is hopefully going to fund the studio so that it can continue. The more funding it gets, the more time I'm going to be able to invest into the studio. The less funding it gets, unfortunately, the less time I'm going to be able to invest in the studio. And we're coming to this crossroads here where I have to get more jobs and work outside the house more. So more direct funding from you will help to divert me some so that I can continue with the daily uploads, hopefully,
Yeah.
or as many of the live streams as possible. But right now, all that is in jeopardy. Please, you can up your donation. You can buy me a coffee. You can Venmo. You can Libera Pay if you want to do the nonprofit. Send me $1 every week. That'd be great. I'd really appreciate that. Everybody, thank you so much. And remember, you can get your music lessons at MatthewsMusicLessonsStudio.com for that $20 recorded special this fall, back to school special. All right, everybody, we'll see you next time on Flowering Creativity bonus content.
Thank you, Matthew.